Yeehaw! Hello! 'Tis I! It's me! I didn't start the game before starting the stream. It's fine. It's fine. It's storming! So in case you guys didn't see... Do you mind? That thunder's just gonna go for a while, I think. But yeah, we've got some, dramatic atmosphere for the game today, because it started storming really hard, like 5 minutes ago, and I think it's already done raining, so I have a feeling it'll just pass. Poor Roxy is not happy about it, though. She's a wee bit stressed, aren't you, baby? Don't worry, it's Texas. It'll be done in like 10 minutes. I think you guys might be able to hear her panting a little bit. Thor's just saying hi, right? I said on, I said on Twitter that if the stream randomly cuts out, just assume that Zeus finally finished me off. Yeah, my dog is here. She does not like the rain. She's panting a little bit. I don't know if it's showing up on the mic at all. But she'll calm down once it stops thundering. Kid Cat Toon, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Stream Squad. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, while I'm looking at it, we're gonna take these alerts and we're gonna make them a wee bit smaller. And we're gonna put them up in the corner so it doesn't fully block the whole stream while I'm streaming. Also, Little Ghost Goblin, hello. Jade Rabbit 21, hello. Don M. Theron, hello. I already said that. Hello. Hello, everybody. Who is ready to go back to court? Let's fucking do it. I'm ready to finally finish off two hellos. I guess I forgot that I already said hi. Jumping back into it. Let's go. 22nd November, 1:14 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Courtroom 2. Roxy, do you have to pant on my feet like the whole time? Roxy. Debbie. It is time for some Ace of Tourney. The Acist Attorney. It's me, I'm a lawyer. Oh, and we're back. Okay. So, just in case we need a recap, if you were not here for the last one, me, player character, Ryuichi Naruhodo, very good boy, has been accused of murder! And we've pretty much figured out who it is, but we don't have any evidence, and then this cute girl just showed up with, presumably, the evidence that we need to cinch this case. Cinch it right shut. Oh, also I gave the judge a Russian accent, because he has a magnificent beard. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why this sudden ingress into my courtroom? Ha! A judicial assistant? And a woman? Yo! Get the fuck out of here, Ouchie. I will punch you right in the face. We are starting off with some strong sexism. Yay! The rules state that females are not... I will destroy you! Where's the slap button? Yes, I fully understand, but you are a total bitch. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. Ha! You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. No, it hasn't, you bald bitch. Let her in. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. But, Your Excellency, you're undergrading my bullshit sexism. I am most grateful. She's cute. Oh, yay! She's hanging out with us! Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something? Written in English. It's Giselle Brett's research. The Englishwoman's? After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and... borrowed this paper. Oh, yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? And then she killed him! So, this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of Cure and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. Oh, that's a fucking poison, isn't it? Because she poisoned him. Cure? What's that? I've never heard that word before. Murder, yes. A murder most foul. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. I request a removal of that stick from your ass, sir! There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful, thank you. Nice! Goodbye then, and good luck. No, let her stay, she's cute, I love her! Can you please use that hammer on the prosecutor? He's being a little bitch. He's got like a perfect, like, bald spot target that you can just smack that hammer right onto. Oh, shit, I forgot to read what he said. Judge shit. I ask the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but, let me check. I would like to look at that thing I was just given. Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Instant paralysis of the upper body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Route of entry. The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Okay. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. Huh. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first, or patients would die of suffocation. Okay. He had a dentist appointment the day before, like, right before this. She's the dentist! I was kind of hoping she'd bring us the glass, but, The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. Is that look? The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett? Yes, Your Excellency. I have to remember how to do the British accent. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until... I keep wanting to do, like, the soft R's. Forgive me, Miss Brett, but it seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question, however... Oh, get her. I must ask you to treat that as an order. Get her! Get her ass! I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. Rude. Get out of here. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel. What is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Yes! Boom jam. Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yume University, doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel? A toxin known as curare, Your Excellency. Am I pronounced... How the hell do you pronounce that? Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death. Attention! What complete and utter nonsense! Curare, you say? I've never even heard of it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of curare for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist. Correct. Which means, no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify curare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly toxic poison. Highly deadly poison. What? Get him! Shit, that's cool. Order, order, order! Council, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? The report states it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle, and it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett? I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? Trumpery! These aspersions are utter trumpery! You're about 100 years too early for that, my bud. To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he wouldn't have been squirming and writhing in... He would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed. If that's true, what do you have to say to that, Inspector? I don't know. Why are you asking me? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. That's because it's a paralytic! According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that curare was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible! Obviously, if a man lost all his strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. With a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Cosma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to feel. Right, Creator, thank you for the sub! Welcome back to the sub squad, 7 months streak. Nice. Respiration? Breathing, boy. In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous. Just like you. Come on, and press the button. Give me the air horns. There it is. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly curare poison. A dot dot dot. Oh, thunder rumblies. I don't know if that show I'm picking up on the mic, but I think it's mostly past now, thankfully. I don't think we have to worry about getting cut off too much. And you're suggesting that this bottle, Council, actually contains this terrifying poison. Objection! This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. Ahem, if I may. All these facts. You think you're so clever, but you must be taught. Yeah, shut up, simp. It is you who must be taught. Of course. dear lady! So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? Rude. What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Oh shit. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree? Oh shit! Get him! Enough of this! I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules! Jesus. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett? May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? She's gonna chug the whole thing and be like, there's no fucking poison in it! Well, yes, I don't mind. I don't see, why not? She's gonna chug the whole goddamn thing. And be like, see, there's no poison. Are we allowed to drink evidence? Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Sorry. To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish court romantics, it's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Either that or it still has the poison in it and this is her going out with a bang. Cheers! Wait, what are you doing? She put the poison in the cup, probably, and so that's why it's not going to do anything. No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. Yeah, I don't think that would actually, like... I don't think this is her way of going out with a bang. She's too snooty for that. She's just showing off at this point. Goodness. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. So, no cure. The bottle was clean, is that what you're saying? Oh, wait, hold on. The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound. So maybe if you drink it, it's not going to do anything. So maybe that's it? Inflicted by a blowpipe dart. I feel like maybe it's one of those things where, like, it doesn't affect you. It has to enter the bloodstream, so just drinking it. Unless you have wounds in your mouth! That's a good point! That's a very good point! You look quite incredulous, little boy, but of course. That's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. And she just drank the last of their evidence. Yeah. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. That doesn't make sense. There has to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to have been poison in that bottle. Doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Also, that was a risky bitch move, because, like, if she had any kind of, like, cuts in her mouth or anything, she would have been downed. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water contains poison. Yeah, it has to. culprit did put Curare poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position. You're serious?
Objection!
Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle can contain poison. I mean, we just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. And I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? Yeah, I'm onto you, bitch. I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. It is! We're gonna figure this shit out! Proper English women don't have wounds in their mouths, jeez. Very well, if the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed? Her own fucking research! The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's very own research project. That's not a valid explanation! No. After all, we don't speak... Sir, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to the riddle? It's the second page, right? Special effects. Special characteristics, yeah. We've been hearing a lot about this Curare poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, counsel? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years, to lace the heads of arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please! But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Good gracious, counsel, no, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When Curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew Curare's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. Get her! Get her! You meddling little... Oh shit, it's alive! Rapscallion! The bird alive! The bird's alive! Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Thanks, boyfriend! Really? Me? A lawyer? Yeah, baby, get him! All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure, but I fail to see how it possibly... So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. Says the woman with a whole swan on her fucking head. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? He's gonna be like, he drank it too, so how did he get poisoned? As even your brain has managed to deduce, Curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that the effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus. Gross. Oh, yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers, what are they? So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Gah! That's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no? Get her! Get her! Dentist! Dentist! Yes or no, dentist! Order! Ordered in the court! Order! The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest... Yes, this Curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. Oh? What is this welling up inside me? Confidence? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. I would like to rage! Lawyerly rage! And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my Okay, boy, slow down.
Objection!
Yeah, get her! I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Oh! Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As we know now that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by it? Where's his dental record?
Take that!
As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference. Oh! The toxic effects of Curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But... what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the new Bo Burnham special. Like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You use that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? Evil villain laughed. I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are all so puerile. Wait, what do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. What? You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip. Is she gonna beat him over the head with it? Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed, but the poison would still be on the glass. Supreme Court. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Yeah, no, the traces would still be on the glass though, right? How could you? You won't get away with this! You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. The Wicked Zephyr, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Stream Squad. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle, or not. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course! You're referring to this photographic print, I assume, dear lady. Yeah, he was shot, so how'd she... like, she must have shot him. That's right, and really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So, of course, the only person who could have shot him from the front is a little schoolboy.
Objection!
No, you killed the victim that day. You're using Kirar. And then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor in his chair around. You see? You had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. Yeah. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly! And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the titties. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah, we're back at this, I knew it. This is unbelievable! How can this be happening? We had her, but now, is she really gonna get away with it? Gunshot to the titty. Listen, I am nothing if not clip-worthy. Ay. The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke! Yes? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. I'm gonna cut it open and see what I can find. You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw, what I felt. Steak. Every color. A whoa? Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head. Could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? Oh shit, yeah, because, okay, it said in the court record that the bullet didn't pass through his body, so if that is blood on it, that would have meant that she did get turned around because the blood would have splattered onto the plate. We'll ignore the fact that that looks nothing like a gunshot splatter, but boom. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I may have uncovered another clue. Wait, why wasn't that in evidence to begin with? It feels like if there was blood on that, they would have brought it in. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? This steak was too rare! They should have sent it back to the kitchen. Come on then, let's wipe the smug smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence. And the butler's gonna have it because he's like, I saved everything. Alright, I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while that something feels... What is that? Is that a word? There's something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... the fork! Notice how spotless it is! They weren't eating steak all along! Who could have killed him? I don't fucking know. Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. What? Yes? What is it? Yeah, he's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Objection!
Wait a minute! Where are you going with... Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in the photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Huh? Take a good look at the photograph. Look at this photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have been ended up directly behind him. Ah! I know that song! Yes. The blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies that the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor as you were. Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous! Fabricated nonsense! Is the court seriously expected to have believed something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing? I accidentally gave him a British accent now, too. Oops. He defo has it. This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate, in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? I took the steak you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. I took everyone's steak. And I did it all in the name of justice. He'd start using a British accent to impress Brett. Yes, he absolutely would, let's be real. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. I took everyone's steak. I took his steak. I took her steak. I took your steak. Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plates from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir! Hey guys. Hey guys. You know, this trial's gotten pretty high stakes. Sorry for the delay. Here's what you ordered. The steak. Don't boo me, I'm right! Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't! Quickly, Inspector, the blood man, show the court! I've lost his accent completely. Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. Don't bonk me! Where's the blood? No blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible! Oh shit. I know I saw it, I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see? This is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Shut up, Swan. Birds for brains. I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the Empire, I believe we may have finally reached a conclusion in this trial. Let's so, this let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. Ah, this sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. Let me look at the steak. Was the plate I saw, or I thought I saw it, just a figment of my imagination? This is it now. I've lost. Show me the steak plate. Show me the steak plate. Show me the steak. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's not their steak plate! That's a different steak plate! Huh? What? I knew the coin was gonna come back! I knew the coin was gonna be important. What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. And from the hallmark of the Hoei era, I believe. No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. This isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoei Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bullion and bullion. Hoei. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means something. I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoei era, too. That would make it really quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juices as well, look. What, are you thinking of eating it? Maybe. No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's gonna be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. Oh my god, my son. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. Koban coined underneath the steak. There's only one logical explanation. Hang on. I need to do something important. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. I have changed the title of the stream. Just gonna look at everything else. This emblem on the side of the plate. Is it a cat? It's a cow, obviously. No, it's a Funyurimpa. Most likely because the restaurant's signature dish is beef steak. It seems a lot different. A lot of different restaurants have their own unique tableware. So this is the symbol of Le Carnaval, is it? I already looked at the steak, but can I look at the steak again? Oh no, it's just the coin. Hitbox of the coin from through the steak. Okay. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward no matter what. I'm looking forward right into this desk. Look at my son! Oh, sweet boy! Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. I did that. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of this evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? That bloodstain was going to cinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? There's another clue. Everyone, look under your steak! Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. I've got a beef with this beef! Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth! The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak. Alright. Excellency. I think I made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is this new clue to be found? It's underneath the steak. Or she blows. Huh? What in the world is this? Did we already see that? Oh yeah, we already got this next.
Got it!
Oh, his little voice. Good gracious, that's... Koban? What on earth? A Hoei era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat?
Shut up!
What a ridiculous question! How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction.
Objection!
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. This turns out to be irrelevant to the case. I'll rip up my ticket to the Great Britain right now. Get him. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel. A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. Your lawyer job that you don't have. By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway. Yeah, what she said. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize what it is. That it is you who is irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here, that's literally what I was about to say. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. That fucking old guy. The owner of the Koban was found underneath the beefsteak is... as this mother...
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and the owner of Rasute, Curio Korekuda-san. Curie, as in Mr. Cucumber something. Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Shut up, Swan. You got a swan on your head. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Getting jiggy with it. Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoei Koban, my prized coin. Then this Hoei Koban, do you mean to tell me? No, please, why would Korekuda-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense! Yeah, it doesn't, cause that's not the right steak plate! Which is why I'm asking to bring Korekuda-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay. I can't believe we've come back around to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. I'm surprised how long this one has gone on for, considering it's like the tutorial case. What's all this about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves.
Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs forced to bear false witness. I will now stab the man standing next to me because I'm frustrated. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this rascate shop's owner's existence.
Be that as it may, Korekuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarifications. As far as your Rasute memory serves, have you ever seen this Ah!
Yes.
It's stabbed in the foot! It's stabbed in the foot! Oh no!
That's it! The one! The very one! The very exact one, that is! The resplendent, splendiferous Hoe treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be.
As I thought.
Young man! Enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between the beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices.
Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my Hoe treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an inconscionable thing.
This was in like the early 1900s, so I mean, I'm pretty sure sandwiches existed by then. Excuse me, could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. It's a pretty high-stakes mission. Sorry, I needed to take a drink. Twice, only twice. Relax. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korekuta-san's Koban is all too clear.
What? What?
Their voices are too similar. Oops. I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korekuta-san's Koban and hid it under the steak? Rory, what are you doing at this restaurant? I'm not actually sure. Was it the military guy? He doesn't seem... What's your deal? I mean, it's gotta be one of these two, but I mean, he wouldn't have stolen his own shit, so...
Take that!
Obviously, can only be you. Sergeant Yasanosa! What? How dare you, you You monster! The baby looks so offended. Monster? I stole that koban, did I? I'm the master thief of the Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Ido. Ido is the mastermind behind all this. You're throwing your own baby under the bus. You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. Ugh. Oh, he's gonna rip his mustache right up. Glippity glub, what is happening right now? Oh, he's dead now. What the fuck? What just happened? Nippon Imperial Army, Sergeant Iesunosa preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir! What just happened? Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing is to the recently ended conflict remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son! And that's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money! Every 3 days I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. This is a man who swallows his steak whole. And your target that day was the old man and his koban. Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all.
A veritable phantom thief you are. What is this, Persona 5?
I was set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened. That man in the corner got shot in the titties. That's when the professor was shot. In the titties! I knew that if police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. Ido too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could on the double. Yeah, exactly. This confirms that it was his steak and not the one that had the blood on the plate. Oh shit, we're getting right back to it. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. This is ridiculous. I'm just assuming that's her, yeah. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time. Well, Miss Brett.
Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to retain you any longer at all.
It may the esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency. I read that as executed first, and I'm like, that's different. Indeed. The theft of the koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it? Well, oof. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense, it's pure madness. Very well. Now Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. No, she's not, because that whole bit had a point. It's not her plate.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone.
Objection! And good day. Objection! 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 Oh, he's thinking real hard about something. Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming. Oh, no, it's just there's a moth on the wall. Something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. What did she say? Picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Wait, Miss Brett. What is it now? I'm afraid just one last time. There's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection!
Oh, how would she have known that? Is maybe the contradiction? What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? Yeah, which part specifically? Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense, it's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. We're going to need to see evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words truly are contradictory, where is the evidence to prove it? Good question. That's the chomp steak! She switched the plates out. She switched the plates out because that's the one with the chompy chomps. The fork is clean, but the knife isn't? She switched the plates out. That's why there's no blood on it.
Take that!
It's a photographic print of the scene taken immediately after the incident occurred. She made a mistake! What's interesting is the plate of steak that you can see on the victim's table. The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
And now you're just splitting hairs.
Not true. Doesn't something about this steak strike you as very unnatural?
Unnatural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten.
Huh?
I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett. Noticed what exactly, Counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself.
Then take a good look at this steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there.
Ah!
Oh.
Ah!
Looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all.
But what's your actual point?
That the plates got switched.
Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett. Oh,
Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Of course. This will be over in a blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. I've heard enough, you irritating little spectacled samurai relic. Of course. Dear lady! Step on him, he'd love it. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Get him, Kazuma. Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications those teeth mark in her in the stake have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Yes. Now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. Ooh, finale music. I accept that these teeth marks in the steak got a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything? Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. No, you. Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase. Typical Japanese empty threats. Shut the fuck up, Swan. How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet. Hasn't been... What? But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
Objection!
This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already. And you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? That can't be. I don't believe you have it. I don't. But there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case. Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair? Mr. Butler.
Take that!
He's got it. The butler has the plate. The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga. What? I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous. Really? No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chomping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Korakuda-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak. You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak? Attention! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentlelady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Objection!
But that makes no sense! That plate was taken from the victim's table.
Objection!
Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor does she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Yeah, she switched them, definitely. Well then, how do you explain this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest. that the sergeant switched the two steaks over. No, but I am suggesting that she did. You did switch the plates? Oh, wait, he did it. To further hide the evidence? Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. If he looks at my meat, I'm a goner. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. Oh shit, he switched it. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table. What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you, so yes, I did what had to be done. Unbelievable! Yeah, I thought for sure that she did it, but I guess he did. However, fear not, prosecutor son. What now? I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform, that is all I did, sir! All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant! Yes. So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosanaga. Yes. Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both. Ah! Oh, she's gonna eat her mask. Just chomp it. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot. Get him! What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on the case. No, you're not wriggling your way out of this time, lady. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the steak pan promises to have such a problem for you, no? You're the one who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound from the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beef steak in the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir! Get him. Sorry for keeping you. Here's the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. And there's the fucking blood splatter! And that's how the steak gets cooked, baby! The blood stain. It's clearly visible, look!
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on this side of the plate shows that the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. It can't be! In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you! Oh no, the goose died. Outdone by a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No, no, no. Oh, here's her villainous breakdown moment. Jesus. Oh, I just had a baby! Yeah! Oh my god! The miracle of birth? Oh, someone catch it! She's not. No, I didn't think she was gonna claim that. Oh, she's ascending! She's going in the wrong direction. I mean, they're not chickens, they're swans. But look at them! Happy Easter, everybody! Oh, she's back. Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. That's one way of putting it. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Bretz, we're going to have to name all these little chickadees now. I hope you realize that. You have placed a burden upon this court. I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. It was I who took the professor's life using Curare. Also, it didn't show a notification, but JadeRabbit21, thank you for the follow, I see. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you plan to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of the poison would be found in his water. Because Curare is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would be all over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point. I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. I planned to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had that bottle of Curare in my handbag. And my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Told you! Told you! She can fucking hide guns. She has so much real estate. It's free real estate. Under the skirt. Under your skirt? So I was right. There were two guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. And that's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. A place where you were sure that I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, kaboom. That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. And that's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around. Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he could have the gun. So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. That is a felony at least. Your Excellency? Yes? I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? I shall call on you. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. Why are we letting her go? She just admitted to murder. It would seem the trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement?
This can't be. Takatsuchi Aochi does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student.
You'd better start getting used to tough opposition.
Ryunosuke Naruhodo?
Yes?
This insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten.
You have become conceited with age, Council. The old have to stand aside and make way for the new. Get wrecked, boomer. Oh? It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Holy shit! Kazuma! Yo! Damn! Damn, Kazuma! That's assault with a deadly weapon. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Aochi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. Get him! This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan has been very frivolous. Why are there so many blades in my courtroom? Will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. Thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its door to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. A new future of law ways. But what will it look like I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asogi. Yes. After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed on you. I understand, Your Excellency. Oh? Did they send him on a fetch quest? What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, yes? In you, I sense, how can I put it? Unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. Look at my good boy! Look at him, he's a good boy! It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, not guilty. Skaboom jams! It took 4.5 hours and we did it. Go team. Yeah, boy. I'm gonna sip on my water, hang on. This court is now adjourned. Yay, we did it! Woo, go team! He got himself off after all. Yeah, he did. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke. You finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra-large sukiyaki from the place on Yunmei University Street. Don't forget. Be gay, don't do crime. Who is this, the professor? I assume so. God, what voice did I give him?
Good afternoon. All of your hard work has certainly paid off. That's not...
Oh, no, it's her. It's her.
Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. She's so cute.
Our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know.
Oh, no, I didn't do anything.
Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out.
Your kind words should really be from my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate.
Your father? Oh, yeah, of course.
Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Kusato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense.
Speaking of Mikotoba... God, I forgot what voice I gave him.
I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job.
Thank you, Professor.
Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend.
Good friend? Oh, yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to the university, wasn't it? Oh, geez, lots of redeems happening. Okay, hydrate, sip time, and stretch. Everybody stretch.
Big stretchy. Yes, that's right.
Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson?
Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital.
Oh, you work together? I've never heard you mention that before.
Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides... It's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot.
I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. The Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. It also helps me assault the prosecution when they piss me off. And cuts down anything that's in my way, like stupid prosecutors with top knots. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder.
Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but...
What do you mean? Surely she's gonna face trial herself now. She's a true culprit after all.
She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai.
Oh? What? Shanghai?
Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country.
What? Why not? Who's this? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Oh, you. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. She committed Sudoku. But what's all this about consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then who? Who's gonna bring her to justice? The British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. But why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the Friendship Treaty.
Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right.
Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our governments making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan.
I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it. Bullshit! I knew something like that was gonna happen. I knew it! The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. And I want to be there and I want to fucking watch. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. It's a fucking car. Everybody get into the Justice Mobile. Beep, beep.
Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
But, Professor... You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun.
I love my boyfriend.
In that case, might I suggest Le Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you? And shouldn't you really go to the hospital for that whole situation? Let's not worry about details for now. To Le Carnival! Will you accompany us, Professor?
Of course, Le Carnival's food is second to none.
So cute.
I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release.
Oh, yes, thank you. So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. But I sure would like to know. Kazuma. Yes, Ryunosuke? I just wanted to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. Gay, gay, homosexual, gay! I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I love how hot my boyfriend is. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it, for being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat? I never want to go through that ever again. I did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. Are you a verbal combat gay or a sword combat gay? You have to choose one! So believe? Believe in what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a hard choice about what to believe in and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in a courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in even then, well, that's not something anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Well, you faced seemingly hopeless situations time and time again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it, through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. I love him so much. He's a very good boy. I'm glad he was not secretly the murder person. He better not die or I'll be very upset. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. Can we kiss? It sounds serious. What is... Kiss him! No! Get out of here! Ah, you're still here, are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. But let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. No! I want to know what he was going to ask me about! My boyfriend had a favor he was going to ask me about! We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Ah, yes, that too. Boys! Blah! So my very first trial came to an end. Boyfriend. Kazuma, my boyfriend. Professor Mikotoba, just some mustache. Sato-san, who acted as my assistant, the cutest. This guy, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. Perfect! It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask this favor of me. If he dies, I will be so upset. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. He better not die, I swear to God, game! Hey, defense debut, I did it. We did the first trial, guys! We've done it. We've done it. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Onward! Okay, so we are a little more than halfway through the stream, so we're definitely not going to get too far into this one, but we're definitely going to go ahead and get a start. So, let's fucking do it! I want to see where this goes, I'm excited. Episode 2. We're going on a fucking boat, looks like. Oh shit, give me a cutscene.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath.
Oh, this fucker.
In time,
Yay!
there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Snake! 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 That's January, 6:37 a.m. on board the steamship Buria. All right. Oh? Anime cutscene? Hello!
So then, let us unravel this mystery
Oh, he's a...
and discover what events led to this curious murder.
Oh no, I love him immediately.
The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle.
I love him immediately, oh no.
A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script.
I don't know.
And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. An cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Holmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Oh no, I love him immediately, fuck. He is such a dweeb. Oh, I love him. Also, was that the inspector in the back with his glasses still? Is he also here? Ugh, my head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. We're in a place. Wait, I can't move. Uh-oh, that's no good. Yeah, what the? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, Who's talking? Who's talking to me? Oh, okay, you guys. They've set me up for bad Russian accents. Here we go. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. Da, we found you. And now you pay. Criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, sorry. Now you have been found, it is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Is this him again? Oh, no. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato? Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Oh shit, Sholmes is working against us in this one. Interesting. Where is he? Where's Kazuma? No! No! Ha! You pretend not to know? You are wolf in sheep's fell. No! Kazuma! No! You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. No! What? Kazuma-sama was... No! Fuck this game! No! I fucking knew it, but no! That's not allowed! Fuck this game! No! Shut the fuck up! No! That's my cabin. It was bolted shut from the inside. His body? No! Oh, God damn it! Please, do not try to tell us you are doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? No! But he can't be. No! And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think that I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please! No. No! God damn it! That's my fucking boyfriend! You can't do this to me, game! Kazuma, it was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? I miss him already! Fuck! Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else would you come to England with me to He shoved him in his suitcase! Oh! It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was gonna die. Literally shoved him in his suitcase. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Rude, but hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. Yeah, I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. Oh, no, Kazuma. That's my fucking boyfriend. Don't just look at me with that adorable face. I already miss you. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep a secret from the young lady? From our faithful Judician assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point, surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? And then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? And we're supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. Because we were married! And we were gonna have 12 kids! And then we're all gonna be cute! And we were gonna be gay! It was gonna be amazing! Fuck this game! We'll leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make any trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer! Duh. You said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right! I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There is something I would like to ask of you, too. Ugh, his eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. Yeah, no shit! I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via porthole window. There's a bolt on the door that can be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or, to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? You still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me! That's my fucking boyfriend! The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? Ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we should learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So, presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... No. There was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. No, it's my fucking boyfriend. And the white tape there now shows exactly where it was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep inside the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. So throbbing like anything. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. Because we were gonna get married in Britain. He actually asked you. But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. Because he was in love! I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, If you were to become a lawyer, then... Then what? Then we could be lawyer husbands. Nothing, forget it. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. He wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he felt that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then, it was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san, I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. I know Kazuma-sama. I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. I'm so sad. I'm so upset. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is... I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there just like I always did. After that, I... fell asleep. Well, yes. I didn't even let him sleep in the same bed, gosh. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. Yeah, I was definitely drugged. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Or I got smacked in the back of the head by something. Really? Is something wrong? No, he's fine. Susato-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. Ugh. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? Ugh, I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. Oh, that's her. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna find out exactly what happened here. I'm gonna work out who took Kazuma's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hiya! Oh, shit, girl. What the? That was a Susato takedown. Susato what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already what you have achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in the court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Yeah, I mean, the paper was there.
Yes!
I mean, it was sealed. How could I have sealed it? Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. Thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah! Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign off the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. I'm still so sad. My boyfriend. I loved him so much. Like, I fucking knew it in my heart that he wasn't gonna survive this game because they made us love him too much. And I mean, also, I should have expected it because that's kind of Ace Attorney par for the course, is they make you fall in love with characters and then kill them. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? She's so cute when she's upside down. Well, in the light of the evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating here, at least. Thank you. So you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? That's not until Apologesis. For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Alright, let's fucking examine shit. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating here. Examine everything I can. Be gay, defend yourself from being convicted of crime. The Ace Attorney experience. Kazuma, I swear I will avenge your death. I already talked to you, right? You don't have anything to say to me. Oh, was he here the whole time? Hi, sir. Hello. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me. What? I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it is not true, I see. Sorry? A criminal asking investigator for information about his crime? Very funny. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. We might have useful information, though. I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Yet, of course not. Now back to corner the room and make silent. I say no more to you. Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. He heard something. Oh dear, this won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? I'm sure you're careful to look all around using the aren't you? Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. Okay, good tutorial. Because my field of vision is rather small until now. So I can look to the sides as well. Peripheral vision, baby. His sword. My husbando's sword. Oh. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. Yeah, probably. I suppose that just shows how important it was to him. Now he's gone. So I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Me neither! this? It's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here?
Not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how did the plate end up on the floor?
Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he?
No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me.
Oh no! Does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly? Oh, it's just too horrible.
Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. No, boyfriend. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma.
Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet you really look at those characters without feeling shame knowing who drew them so thoughtfully?
Bruh! Of course I can! I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Gay and true.
Even though you stowed away on the ship?
Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? Can't win. Table's all fucked up.
There's nothing on this table at all. Plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. Drugs in the chicken!
So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama.
No, no, no.
When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy. And it just slides across to secure the door shut. Okay, I think I've already got this shit on lockdown, you guys. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what happened. Somebody came in, killed my boyfriend, and then, like, the ship rocked or something, because, see, like, all the stuff got thrown off the table, like, all the stuff on the bookshelf is all fucked up. The ship, like, rocked to the side and it locked the door behind me. Or it locked the door shut after whoever killed Kazuma already left. I got this shit in the bag already. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. No wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. So why does Sholm say it wasn't messed with if the part that holds the bolt was broken? Because they had to bust in the door, probably. I mean, they had to break it down to get in, so. These are rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Buria gaze. Air horns of sadness! It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. We had both of those. What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Sad, gay, tragedy, air horns? The best!
The books have fallen over on this shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. And what
What's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. And yes, it's almost like the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down all at once. I wonder if... perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? No. I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps... it was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. The way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Yes, absolutely. Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Don't mess with the crime scene, girl. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes. I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. So cute. I wish you would stop thinking that I did a murder. Oh. Can I adjust, like, the sensitivity? I guess not. I don't want to look. Did Kazuma write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. It's okay, everybody. I read Russian. It says... What does it mean? I don't fucking know. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the stillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. No, it's obviously Russian. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. Russian! It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? It means Russian. Or I am gay. What do you think this is? Looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. Glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Natsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has some sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It's the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. What else? This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. You can like cute and sword. I know. Case in point. Me. London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. I'm sad. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Gay boy lost at sea. Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya! Oh, this again? That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you may not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, Isn't the need for clues more important? Here's my wardrobe, my home. I live here. Some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Poor boy, he was so deep in the closet the whole time. Never got to confess to his boyfriend. Oh, wait, not that. This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. She's so cute. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. Oh no! They probably just know it's a crime scene! I'm sure it's just that everybody is busy, that's all. Oh, she's cute. Now they made her sad! How dare. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. And a point of exit for a possible murderer! Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't... oh, perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that. I suppose. Maybe that's it. Oh, whoa? Excuse... Sir? Sir? Who's that? He wasn't here a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... Sir? You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall! Jacob's Letter 1, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. Who is this? This man is sus. I saw him vent. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? He looks like just some weird fucker benched over a desk. Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And he is investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? He's so cute. By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case. Press... okay. Yeah. I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. What's up, motherfucker? You will not replace Kazuma in my heart, but I already love you just from that opening cutscene, so I mean, excuse me. What the fuck are you doing on my boyfriend's desk? Excuse me, do you have a moment? Oh boy. I need the most stupid British voice for him. Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation! Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Oh, and he's like, there he is! Oh, hi! Yeah! What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? My god. Oh. Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh, yes! Everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. What? Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It really was a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, have you fled your native land of Russia being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary? Hydrate. Stretch, I love him. Look at his face. He's so dumb. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now you travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. No. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. He's so stupid. I love him. Oh, no. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, aren't you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma's. No! What? And you're plotting a revolution, too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way I... Hi-ya! Oh, this again. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. He is the gumshoe of this game, isn't he? Oh, I love him. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that? Hmm? Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Oh shit. Indeed, and observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. Ha. I don't think you introduced yourself. Specs. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. I love him. He's so stupid. So, it's really you? The actual Sherlock Holmes. Or Sherlock Holmes, sorry, no copyright. The very same. The inimitable actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? We must ask him what he's deduced. You will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? He's so cute and stupid! So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh, yes, Ranced Magazine. Full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
Yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then? Indeed I am! And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer reports my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. Science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. I love his fingerless gloves. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin. All these things are data. You were just crawling around on a dead man's desk, yes. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in a blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. And fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. He's so stupid. I adore him already. And I can't help but remember that the last time, like, I said that about Elvis Bravely Default too. I love blonde dumbasses, apparently. I know Elvis's hair was more, like, brown, but, like, it was kind of light brown, right? I think? I don't know. He's stupid. I love him. Look at this idiot man with his goggles and his coat. I love him. He's so dumb. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him.
When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seemed to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really? Two facts, you say? Two facts. I don't give two facts! Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please, what two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I've deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering the escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What makes you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That is a Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama would have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. This young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Gabdurov may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Guard, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there, at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so! I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea that a detective could get something so wrong. We're all Russian here. I took a photograph of the victim and the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. No, as my boy. No, this was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This was the first time I've actually seen him like this. No. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes. Thank you. I don't want the picture. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it, it makes me... Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that. Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian. I would think he's speaking English right now, because I mean, they did hint in the first case that they know how to speak and read it, so... I would assume that Herlock Sholmes probably doesn't speak Japanese, so... can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean. Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The headline reads... What? Revolutionary violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port of call at Shanghai yesterday. Last night, the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Kazuma a Russian? Sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Villain Bolshevik. No, no, no. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. It's all Russian. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, You have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well. Ugh, please. And, I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Villain Bolshevik. Oh, I missed that pun. Shit. Ah, yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Did revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Aw, Bucky doesn't know geography. Here, take the paper for yourself, as a little memento of this great production. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Alright, we got an article of revolution. Okay. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. Back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. Whoa. This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She's a ballerina. Look at the thing on her, like, little feather thing on her chest. She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina called it of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman in costume when she was found missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. Yeah, Brett also supposedly went to Shanghai. I wonder if she was on this boat. Zato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing or his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. They're just rushing to get out of here. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo. Bye. Look at this fucking guy. I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian. No, me neither. I have no idea what any of this says. Have you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Yes, you told us that before. It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale. Oh my goodness, he is fearsome. Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he? The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he need only shave it off. I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes. He's dumb. I love him.
though, you stupid.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture of it too.
Yeah, did that.
Alright, dude, tell me some facts. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim. That's not his accent.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. It's got my footprints all over it now. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Kazuma's keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Certain people. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Get him. She's not going to get him, but I would love to see her do it. Susato-san, aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean?
Oh, come on! Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely, this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author would cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. Yeah, same. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. That was me! That was me when I lived in Japan. I'm like, I know these friendly ones, but these complicated ones are scary. So what was all that showing off before about then?
If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm much obliged, my dear madam. Oy.
Final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences.
The first reads, I love my boyfriend. We will be proposed at... ow.
1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? Snake!
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
Snake's in the chat!
In the ventilator grill, you say?
The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Kazuma diary. Okay, cool. We got it now. Snakes in the chat. Snakes in the chat. Snakes in the chat. Snakes in the chat. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Ah, do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writing in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. If I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Snakes in the chat.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to.
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exhaustion. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh. Please. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No. there's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. Huh? You must be joking! You just said it only a moment ago! Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So, what? You were looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Ooh, shit. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Oh, he's stupid. I love him. Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. Sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way. Yeah! Holy shit! Is she gonna chop them in half? After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this. And bring the real culprit to justice. Is that? It's the motherfucker. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. I told you guys! It's a fucking investigator from the first case! Oh, yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir? Yes? What can I do for you? He's a sailor boy now. I recognize that face, but it can't be. Oh boy. See a doctor, sir! I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew on board this ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I'll never expect to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Okay. So I feel like that is a decent stopping point because it's getting kind of late. And I don't know how long this conversation is going to go on for. And it's pretty much, it's already time. That is the end. So let me think. So unfortunately, I will not be able to stream on Wednesday because we are doing D&D that night. And I'm probably going to be doing... I know, but listen, it isn't that late. It's not, but the thing is, it's not about how late it is. It's that my brother will be home soon, and I don't like to stream when he's home because it's annoying, and he like usually comes home and has to study. So that's usually why I end my streams after 3 hours or so. But yeah, so I'm thinking, depending, I may be able to do a stream tomorrow or Thursday. But I'm not positive. I can't guarantee anything. If I am able to do a stream on either Tuesday or Thursday, Tuesday being tomorrow, I will post about it on Twitter. And also in the Discord. Also, if you're not following me already, you can do that and you'll be notified when I go live and we will continue this. Let me go ahead and see who's on. Who can we raid? Who's around? Artist friend. Who's your friend? Because like everybody here, I've already raided in the past. Drop the username. Oh no, now I'm the cough butler. I just haven't had a drink in a while and my throat's dry from doing all the voices. Orsini, okay, let's see. Hey, Copy. Raid channel. Alright, let's do it. Okay, I'm activating the raid now. Before I go, I will do my usual shilling. So, like I said, I will post if we are able to stream either tomorrow or Thursday, but no promises. If nothing else, we will be streaming art again on Friday, unless I super duper want to finish this game. So, we'll see. Like I said, you can follow me on Twitter and also join the Discord. The Discord is mostly for my webcomic, but I do post stuff about streams in there. We have got a stream chat channel, all that jazz. So one last shill, has nothing to do with this game, but if you guys like webcomics and want to learn how to make your own webcomic, the Kickstarter for my book, How to Webcomic, is ending like Thursday morning, so this is kind of like your last chance to get in on it. Oh shit! But yeah, so that's the last for me. So everybody, we're gonna run over to Thorsini. We are going to drop the message star raid, all caps in the chat. If you have the yeehaw emote, use that too as many times as you like. And when you get there, yell that and then say something nice about what they're drawing, because they're apparently working on some art right now. Okay, I'm activating the raid. I will see you guys next time. Go forth on the raid. Goodbye!